In a part of the world better known for its mountain golf, lays a beautiful links layout. Scratch golfers might make eagles here, and fortunately for me, there's enough of them in the sky. The course is right in front of you, but like any good links layout, it has its teeth. On the first hole, it's necessary to skirt some fairway bunkers in order to have a good shot in. I did it today and clubbed up on my first iron swing of the day, and wound up just past pin high. The lag putt from the fringe is fine, and will always take par on one. The second hole is a great risk-reward par 5, but given that I'm unlikely to make this hole a two-shotter even if I cut the water, I opt for the safe route. And after 2 good swings, I have a wedge in hand here, and I'm really focused on getting to the upper tier of this green where the pin is. I made it, and gave this one a good run at birdie, but will take another par on 2. And this is the part where I ask you to please subscribe. Kings Links is the rare golf course that ranks its holes properly on the scorecard. And despite the short length of this hole, you're about to see why it's ranked stroke hole 1. I pulled my approach a tiny bit, and my ball gets absolutely ejected about 30 yards away from this pin. I putt with a hybrid to a pretty good spot here, and I'm pretty happy with this up and down. I think golfers tend to underrate the importance of familiarity with the golf course. Today this hole is playing shorter, and I'm not comfortable with an iron in my hand because I've played this hole so many times with a hybrid. I find the bunker and hit a pretty weak bunker shot, so I have about 25 feet for par here. I get it close, but we'll take our first bogey of the day. On 5, I usually hit my drive over the waist bunker, but today playing into wind, I try to hit a draw around it, but still find it. I'm happy that this wedge out of the bunker finds the green, but I have a very difficult putt here. It's a long downhill breaker, and my first real tester of the day. I'm thrilled with that result, and I'll make par. Still playing into wind, I try to give my tee shot on 6 a bit extra, and I hook it. Badly. From this lie, anything on the green would be good, and I hit a decent pitch that gets ejected through to the fringe. But another good lag putt here means I'll walk away with just a bogey. The short par 5 7th often plays downwind and is ranked as the easiest hole on the course.
That one is a lot higher than usual.
Its only defense is a set of bunkers about 50 yards short of the green. And I find my way right into them. This is a risky shot. I'm trying to nip it clean, and I managed to do it. So I'm happy to have a makeable birdie putt here, but don't quite make it, and we'll take par. Shout out to my buddy Alex, who asked me on 8T why my driver trajectory is so low. After he asked that, I focused for the rest of the day on hitting the driver a bit higher, with good results. Here on 8, I just have a wedge in, and I'm actually disappointed that I leave myself quite a bit of work here. And with an uphill putt, I get quite aggressive with it, and leave myself about 6 feet coming back, but fortunately I make it. On the 9th hole, I opt for the aggressive line that can shave about 100 yards off the hole. But I didn't make it. Playing my 3rd here, I club up to ensure that I get over the water, but if you listen closely here, you'll hear that my ball hit the wooden structure over the water and barely got over. I was able to hit a good lag putt from the fringe, and I'm pretty happy to close 9 with a bogey here. I did a good job limiting damage when I missed greens on the front 9. I got up and down a couple of times and never made worse than bogey, so we're happy to be 3 over heading to 10 and hope to keep the momentum going. I was hitting driver well today, so I choose it here even though the only safe line with it is up the left. But I hit it well before hitting my worst iron shot of the day. From this spot, it's very tricky to get near the hole, so I leave myself with a long par putt. And there's my only miscue of the day on the greens. A bad first putt, and a second putt that I don't find. And just like that, we find our first double. 11 is another gettable par 5, with bunkers in play both off the tee shot and on the approach. I didn't hit my best drive here, which was actually a blessing because it takes the greenside bunkers out of play on my second shot. But on my 3rd shot, I'm in a tricky lie and hit the ball fat, right into the greenside bunker.
In the bunker, I was in a brutal lie.
From about 30 yards, I hit a great bunker shot that actually flirts with the hole before settling just a few feet away. And I'm thrilled with that up and down. A good tee shot on 12 often leaves me with just a wedge in. Today from about 120, I grabbed an extra club and got the result I get pretty much every time I take that approach. I hit a good bunker shot here, so I'll have a look at salvaging a par out of this. But I don't make it and take a disappointing bogey. I've always gotten the feeling that my first ace will come on 13 at King's Links. It sets up well to my eye, and I've witnessed a hole-in-one here myself. Today my shot was online, but came up short in the bunker. This one checked up on me, so I'll have a bit of work to do for par. And suddenly we're on a bogey train. The sun began to set on us on the 14th hole, and I actually had no idea where this drive went when I hit it. Nor did I have any idea where this forward went. But it got to about 100 yards, where I hit an unspectacular shot that did find its way to the green. And with the greens getting a bit bumpy, I hit this one nice and firm, almost made it, but we'll take par. On 15 I hit a great tee shot, but failed to record it. So I hit this one again just for the camera, and oddly enough stuck it to within about 2 feet of the other one. With a good look at bird here and $30 at stake in a match, the putt stays on the lip, and I'll take par. This was the best drive I've ever hit in my life. It was right on target, it rolled out a mile, and I've never had this little club into this hole. I actually clubbed down because this approach likes to play a club short, and I left it on the front of the green with a tricky 2-putt to walk away from stroke hole 2 with a par. With the knee knocker for the 4, I drain it. 17 is a hole where birdie and triple somehow always seem equally likely. Hitting a tee shot in the right place really helps matters, and today I did just that, and had about 100 in to a pin at the back of the green. I didn't quite get it up to the second tier, so I have an uphill putt here that's a bit of a tester. I put it past the hole, but make the comebacker for par. 18 is a very challenging closing hole. But with the sun setting over me today, I somehow just felt calm over the ball. Even though I thinned the approach shot, it landed on the front of the green and rolled out. And to be honest, putting for birdie is always something I'm thrilled to be doing on 18. I leave myself a bit of work, but make one more putt to close the day with a 79. And with a steady driver and the putter bailing me out a few times today, I'm happy to walk away with a sub-80 round from King's Links.